Hey guys, it's Rachel.
And Sharon.
And Rizzo.
Again.
He's still with us. That sounded very he's still with us.
He's still with us.
He decided he needed to be on my lap. My dogs never needed to be on my lap. They sat quietly.
They were big.
Yeah, he's much smaller. But So on today's episode, I thought we'd talk about another historical couple that didn't actually exist. I want to talk about myths. Myths and legends.
I was like, what?
Myths and legends. So we chatted about this one, doing it in the past. Hades and Persephone.
And really, I kind of suggested this because I recently watched Seeking Persephone on Peacock, I think it is.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
It's good.
Is it, ancient Greek, or is it,
No, more Regency era, Pride and Prejudice
Ooh.
Where her name is Persephone, and they talk a lot about the Hades and Persephone.
Yeah. So you may know as much as I do as far as the actual myth. Find out. There's also Hades Town, which doesn't deal with them. It's actually, Eurydice and... I just lost...
Orpheus?
Or Orpheus and Eurydice is their specific, but it does deal with Hades again, and it's kind of his thing. So...
Someone we went to high school with just went and saw that last night.
Yeah,
or
I know.
The day before.
I think it was, it's been a few days, but it sounds really good, BTW. The music, I've listened to the music, and it's pretty awesome. And I love retellings that are, you take a, this is, obviously an ancient Greek myth, but you're, stop licking, retelling it with it's southern charm, you're kind of like you said with the Regency, you kind of commit to the bit, so to speak. I'm taking the story, but we're gonna tell it in this tone.
Get out of here.
He's squirmy. We may pick him back up in a minute, but anyway. So there's a lot of different tellings of this myth. It's obviously from ancient Greece, so it's had a lot of time to be retold. But I'm going to tell the basic version, and then we can kind of chat about it a little bit. Because I think it's romanticized.
Sure.
And my knee-jerk instinct was to be hey, this shouldn't be romantic. But then I thought about it some more. I'm there's a lot of elements of different love in here. Just different maybe than, again, a traditional pop. Not pop, what am I trying to say? Oh my god, modern romance.
I was I don't know.
Words are hard. Okay, so
Hades,
god of the underworld. Important to say. His rap, even though he's scary Mr. God of the underworld, generally speaking, pretty decent god. Rules the underworld well. Doesn't spend a lot of time on Earth or at Olympus, where all the gods live.
Think the show Lucifer.
Yeah, actually, that's a pretty good description.
Just because that's what he's in charge of doesn't mean he is.
He's not inherently evil. He's actually, depending on your definition of good, better than Zeus in a lot of ways. Zeus is his brother, god of everything else.
Hercules is papa.
Yeah. So all the gods, you have your main set of gods that came from now I've lost their names. Basically the earth, and then they have children who are still gods, but then you have kids like Hercules who are only half god, so then they're usually called an ancient hero, right? In this case, everyone's a god on some level.
And also we should note, if all your
Titans, they're the Titans, sorry, they came from the Titans.
I was gonna say, if your only basis of Hercules, Zeus, all that is from the Disney.
No, we're talking Greek gods. Honestly, Zeus is a player. Hera, his wife, is a lot. She's a jealous little monster. But I'd be a jealous little monster, too, if my husband was always out running around.
Sure.
So, anyway, in this case, Persephone is one of our heroine, bride, whatever you want to say. So, her mom is Demeter. I knew I was going to get that wrong. Yeah. Who's the goddess of grain and agriculture.
Okay.
So she's very earthy. She's who you pray to when your harvest isn't going well.
Sir.
One moment, please.
Get down. Stop
And then her dad is Zeus, who is her mom's brother.
Who isn't he the dad?
Yeah, basically. And friendly reminder, Zeus is married to Hera, not Persephone's mom, but it be what it be. And Hera is also his sister. I mean, Zeus's sister. So, like, it is a lot of interbreeding.
Sure.
But they're God. They can't have birth defects. Like, it's fine. Sorry, my shoes are bugging me. Okay. So Persephone's born like a normal goddess, for lack of a better word. There's no, like, tragic birth story. She's born. Demeter loves her. Like, frantically. She's never allowed off Mount Olympus. She's never allowed to be... She, like, plays with the other maidens. She doesn't do anything dangerous. She's not a goddess, technically, of anything at that point, because she doesn't participate in anything. No one prays to her, because there's no need to, because mom's doing it all. Technically, sure. Persephone is also the goddess of grain and agriculture, just because her mom is. Technically, she's like the lesser of them, but again, her mom's handling everything. She's good. She doesn't go to Earth. She just hangs out on Olympus. Hades comes up one day, talk with Zeus, and he's like, wow, look at that girl. She is gorgeous. She's beautiful. Whose girl is that? And Zeus is like, mine. He's like, hey, do you want to marry her? And Hades is like, absolutely, 100%, like, head over heels in love with her at first sight. Not for what he can gain from her, which I think is important today. He does fall in love with her beauty. She hasn't talked to him. But, like, he's not taking any of her goddess gifts. One moment. Rizzo, stop. No.
I was trying to be nice and pet you, but you didn't want that.
We're not barking. No. I lost my train of thought. Oh, but anyway, Zeus is like, okay, so you love her, you want to marry her, and he's like, yes, absolutely, I'll take her to the underworld. She'll be my queen. Like, it's gonna be phenomenal. He's like, okay, that sounds great. Don't let her mom catch you. Oh. And Hades is like, what do you mean? He's like, Demeter's mean.
She's mean.
I mean, there's more to that, but he's basically like, she's vengeful and spiteful. Kind of like the weather, which she's kind of goddess of.
So yeah, don't take her away.
Don't get caught. He didn't say don't take her. He says don't get caught.
He's like, yeah, take her.
Yeah. No, he's like, hey, bro. Like, yeah, go ahead. Like, it'll be great. So Hades kidnaps her. The story is basically he just comes on his chariot and grabs her from the field and pulls her down. Interesting things. In the original myths, apparently the only thing Persephone ever actually is quoted as saying is she calls out for Zeus when she's taken because she's scared.
Interesting choice.
Not her mom, her dad, which I found interesting, but also her dad is king of everything, so she's probably like, Daddy, like,
he can stop
what, like, what do I do? Also, there are some stories in which she is only ever called the maiden until the moment of kidnapping, and that's when she gets her name.
What?
Yeah, like the maiden, all caps, like she's the maiden. But once she's taken, she gets a name, which is an interesting we'll go into.
Well, yeah, if anything, you would think it would be the opposite. Like, she has a name until she's captured, and then she's just...
Well, I think it's the other way around, where it gives her power, because instead of simply being one of the maidens of Olympus, she becomes the queen of the underworld.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. So she gets taken to the underworld. We actually don't get anything from her at this point. Is she trapped in her rooms weeping? Does she immediately understand what's happening and go, yeah, Hades, like, I want to be powerful with you? Presumably the underworld isn't, like, a great place for her. She's always danced in the sunshine, like.
And I mean, granted, it wasn't a great place for Hades either.
No,
that was his job, and that's what he did.
It's implied that it's dark and dreary and not a great place. Like, the underworld isn't like traditional hell that the Christians think of. It's not like literally a burning pit of fire. It's more like purgatory, where your soul was like, you could go
just floating around.
Yeah, that part is pretty accurate with
Hercules.
Like, that's where most people went. If your soul was really, really, really good, you got to go to the fields. And in the fields, there was always food and, like, shade and shelter. So, like, that part was really good. But the majority of people just went to purgatory, where nothing that bad happened, but you were just in existence.
Yeah.
So, like, maybe she was in charge of the ag fields. We don't know. Like, we don't know. What we do know is Demeter was mad.
Sure.
Zeus kept his mouth shut and
he
wasn't
did.
like, I married our daughter off.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So she gets so frantic that she just stops doing her job at all. She stops growing things. She stops controlling weather or any sort of anything. And she just dresses as a person and goes around looking for her kid and just asking people, hey, like, where have you seen this girl, basically. Thinking that, like, she's assuming another god had something to do with it. No
Sure.
one else could affect her daughter that way. But,
Well,
like,
because, I mean, Mount Olympus.
but think how many half gods were on the earth wandering around doing things. Like, she didn't know for sure it was Zeus. Like, she had no reason to think it was Zeus.
Right, but, like,
It could have been a giant monster.
regular
too.
people couldn't get to Mount Olympus,
No,
could they?
but like Hercules could have. I'm just using that as an example.
Oh, okay.
So if one
So,
of
like,
Hades'
half-
other half
okay.
child
I
was
gotcha.
wandering around doing naughty things, they could have hurt her daughter. Or like sometimes when the gods had kids, they literally gave birth to monsters. Like they weren't all people. Like she's thought maybe a monster got her. Great famine happened. Bad things. Zeus is eventually like, hey girl, all of the humans are dying, which means no one's worshiping us, and that's just not amazing.
You need to calm down.
Yeah, you need to calm down. You're being too loud. I should have side noted to this. So the whole like kidnapping Persephone, like super, like worst part of the story, right? Like he's literally kidnapping her.
Sure.
That's how weddings were done in Greece.
Okay.
Generally speaking,
I want that one. It's mine now.
Generally speaking, the bride knew what was going to happen. She didn't necessarily get a say, but it wasn't like, surprise, you're kidnapped. And it had to do a little bit with like, I don't fully understand it. Like basically the gods with women were incredibly pretty. The gods just took them. So it was kind of like trying to trick the gods into not knowing that the gods know that you want that one. Fun fact, the Spartans, when it was time for a woman to get married, the woman got kidnapped and her head got shaved and she got put into the bed with a man because it was thought that the men who had spent so much time with men in the barracks because they were all warriors, having too feminine of a figure would be too difficult for them. Say what you will with that.
Seems counterintuitive in my opinion.
Well, the men of Sparta never really lived at home. The women got pregnant and then went and had their babies at home, but the men always stayed in the barracks because they were always soldiers. But like in Athens, that didn't happen. But like the habit of kidnapping a woman was not. It's still icky and gross, right? But it wasn't this wasn't a specialized thing that Hades did. Like this was a thing.
It was quote unquote normal.
Yeah, like a Greek girl hearing this wouldn't have been like, oh my god, he kidnapped her. She would have been like, oh yeah, like they did for Miranda the other day. Like,
So my question is, why didn't Demeter just kind of like assume that's what happened?
I think she thought that no one would dare to do it. That's my assumption from reading the myth.
Okay.
Like she felt like surely no one would be stupid enough to risk all of the food on Earth to make me angry.
Wrong.
And she was wrong. Zeus is like, hey, girl, I did something bad. Sorry, sister / lover. Our daughter's in the underworld. She's alive, but she's married to Hades now.
She's the queen.
Yeah, she's married
You
to
should be
Hades.
happy.
Yeah, like, and she was not happy, but like, the underworld was ruled by Hades. She couldn't go down and just go get her. Even Zeus couldn't just go to the underworld and knock on Hades' door and be like, hey, I need to chat.
Yeah, only basically Hades and whoever he so brings with him can go there.
Now, in this case, they send Hermes to go, but he's the god of messenger. So it's different. He's literally defined as a messenger. His goal is never to live anywhere. It's simply to messenger, which had its own connotation in Greek. Basically, he's like, hey, so Zeus wants you to send her back because her mom's mad. And depending on which version you hear, kind of depends on the vibe you get. So in some, this is where Hades like confesses his undying love for Persephone. Is like, I will let you go because I love you so much. And she's like, yes, I appreciate that, but before I go, let me have a little snack of this pomegranate. Some versions say that he tricked her into eating the pomegranate seeds, but basically the point of the seeds was how much she ate varies depending on it, but basically for each seed she ate, she has to stay in the underworld for a month. And that's how we get winter, is if she ate, the most common one is 4 seeds. So for 4 months every year she has to go back to the underworld to be with Hades. The question is, did he trick her or did she do it
On her own.
on her own? And we'll get into that a little bit. So basically she comes back up. She's like, hey Mom, I missed you so much. I love you so much. I do have to spend some time with my husband, but mostly I get to be with you. And she's like, okay, I will take it. I'm not growing food during that time. I'm going to be really, really mad. But when you're here with me, I'll grow food. And, that's the end of the story for the most part, like, basically. Some things, so, like, original thought was, like, super, I don't want to say romantic, but, like, you think of them as this, like, power couple. Then the kidnapping thing is, I read a lot of different, like, opinion articles on this, and, like, I'm going to try to use light verbiage, but, like, keep in mind we're talking about myths here. One girl was, like, in her article, she was so upset about Persephone's victimization, basically being like she was kidnapped to be assaulted repeatedly, she was kidnapped to be kept captive, she was kidnapped to be all that. And they're not wrong. And I do think it depends on which version of the myth you read. But I go back to the one where she was given a name when she was kidnapped. And I'm like, so Demeter kept her daughter very close. That's in all the myths. She basically wasn't given any power until she was freed from her mother. So I'm like, that's where I get to. There is versions where she ate the pomegranate seeds willingly. Pomegranates were known as the fruit of death. Like, it was not... Yeah, she wasn't like, oh, I'm so hungry before I go, let me have a munchie. She's been down there months already.
She should know.
Like,
theoretically.
This is my theory, and I have no proof other than theories. I think that was their actual wedding. Like, he kidnapped her. I don't know. We don't know what happened in the underworld during that time. But Hades is not known for being vicious. He is not known for... He does have a few affairs. Like, he's a god. But he's not Zeus. He doesn't force himself on people. He is simply the end of the line. Like, he simply is. I just have a hard time with his characterization in general in Greek myths, thinking that he is assaulting her on a regular basis and then not freeing her willingly.
Well, because, I mean...
I do think he tricked her mom, but...
But if you also think about the fact that, technically, he is helping these souls...
Yeah, he is.
Find a place to be.
I think the idea of your soul wandering Earth forever was much scarier than the thought of going to the underworld. Like, nobody wants to die, but if you're trapped on Earth, isn't that worse?
Well, and, like, I mean, I don't know how other people think of purgatory. Like,
yeah.
Just, it's more of a, like, temporary, like, okay, if you improve yourself, you get to move on, and if you don't, well, you know.
Yeah. I think, again, the underworld isn't eternal suffering. It's more just like Milwaukee. No, I'm kidding. It's not a great place, but it's not awful. And by marrying him, she literally got the title Queen of the Underworld. He also, like, it's important to know, Hera's not Queen of Olympus. She's just Zeus's wife. She is Queen of the Underworld, and that's what she's known as. She got significant power by doing that. And there are times, I think it might be, now I'm not sure if it's Orpheus and Eurydice, where she influences Hades. She's like, hey, no, we want to try this or whatever. Like, she has sway over her husband. Like, it's very much them sitting on a throne together.
It's a partnership.
Yeah. Again, that's coming from other myths, and each of these myths has different opinions, but
tie that in with Akatar.
Yeah, a little bit. And I do think in general it got romanticized. Like, you can't deny the fact that she was kidnapped.
Yeah.
She didn't get a say in, do you want to marry this man? But I think she understood that, like, this is beneficial for me.
Yeah.
Some themes throughout this that I thought were interesting. They talked about, like, so, like, obviously Demeter gets mad, right, that her kid's gone. They said, like, a theory that was tossed around in some of these opinion articles was that's, like, a representation for all of the women who didn't get a say in their wives, their daughters getting married off. Like, we don't get to be upset about this. We still have to be married to this man who's taken away our child. But the queen of, or not the queen, the goddess of the earth literally like gets to mourn, like kind of like a way to cathartically get through it, even though you can't do it. Like, and kind of think of winter almost as like a mourning period for their daughters.
Yeah.
Because they lose their daughters. And also that was the other thing, was like, she gets her daughter back. They don't get their daughters back.
Right.
So it's kind of like a wish fulfillment for a lot of women to be like, oh man, we wish our daughter who got taken away from us would come back to us for months a year. But that doesn't happen for them. In some cases, it was a family compound. I'm just saying, like, generally speaking. There was, obviously, mother-daughter love. Kind of unhealthy, maybe. But again, we don't know. Persephone never got to have an opinion on anything till the trigger point in the story.
She got a name.
Yeah. Also, story of sexual awakening and maturity. Can't be denied. Like, no matter how you look at it, there's marriage involved. I don't think Hades and Persephone have children. I did not Google search that, but I can't remember any myths. But maybe you can't bring forth life in the underworld. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, it may not be
Everything
possible
is
for
where
her
it's taken. Yeah.
to bring a child into that. I don't know. Which would may add an extra interesting little concept there. I still love this story. Like, love it. Like, I don't know why. I think it just hits for Americans for some reason. Don't know why. But, like, I think, I guess it's the little bit of the dark romance, right? Like, the idea of, like...
kidnapping.
Well, the super powerful man who takes you someplace different or whatever, but doesn't actually hurt you. Like, you're in no danger.
And
you're the special one.
Well, not all the control, but he gives her control. He gives her reason and meaning. Like,
yeah. Well, and you could even say she didn't have autonomy with her mom, technically. She has autonomy with her husband that she wouldn't have gotten with her mom. The maiden. She was the maiden. Now she is the queen. There's a huge difference there. One has power, one is not. So, like, love it. I saw, it's been forever ago. I saw one where it flipped it, which I thought was really interesting. The idea of, like, Hades being so in love with her, but he can't bring himself to take her to the underworld. So for 4 months a year, he comes and lives with her in her garden, but he can't help his nature is destructive. So during those 4 months, everything dies. And then, like, basically when the death has spread enough, he agrees to go back for the sake of humanity. I was like, that's a really interesting twist on it, too, being like, he is giving it up.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's written that story. If not, they should.
Well, you're a writer, Rachel.
I have other plans. But just a lot of things have spun off of it. I mean, there's plays, there's songs, there's a lot of different things. I didn't look any specific ones up, but super, again, love the story.
Yeah.
Love it. I unfortunately love the idea of a man who's, like, rabid for one person. Like, we all love that.
I mean, it's kind of the goal.
I mean, yes. But again, like, Zeus never loved a woman like that, or goddess. Like, he was always a and, like, in Greek society, it wasn't unheard of to have multiple brides for powerful men. Like, you needed to pass on your line, so you needed the potential for more than one wife. But the idea of Hades just being like, nope, just her. Just, yeah. All right.
I liked it.
I'll stop gushing. All right, so that's all I got for today. See you next time.
Love you.
Love you.